var tiyatrocu.
Wir beleidigt vor, weil ich gefragt habe. Aber ist dann wieder
Dream up a world of pirates, climb the highest tree, fall down. Mama, I'm fine, don't worry. Call it a day. Fight off 1,000 monsters hiding in the sands on Mars. Hijack a flying saucer, steady on the hand, fly home. Sweet home, where the saucers go to get all cleaned up and put away. Call it a day.
Así que este era un fuerte.
Pasaron dos policías en bicicleta.
No touching the bridges, no arms outside the boat, no floating beneath your seats, no life jackets. The tour is available in 2 languages and offering Danish now. Til danskere ombord vil jeg varmt anbefale en tur på engelsk, hvor man får mange flere detaljer med. Men når man tænker sig en tur på dansk, så skal man ikke være generet, så den har vi været nu. Ellers fortsætter jeg på engelsk. Jeg ser ikke heller, hvis der er hænder, skal de vinke i hertigt op i luften. Vi tager turen på engelsk, hvis jeg sætter de ombestemmer jer. We'll be carrying on in English now. So, a proper introduction is due with Captain Rasmus! Captain Rasmus, ladies and gentlemen! And you're sailing with me, my name is Patrick, and I'll be your guide here for the next hour. Now, the very first thing we have on our tour is a bridge, and hope you know it, the first bridge is also the lowest bridge. So, stay seated everyone, and mind your heads. Once again, the lowest bridge on the tour. Thank you. Now then, we are currently sailing out of the Newfoundland Canal, which was dug out 350 years ago in order to establish a link between the ocean and the King's New Square, which we just left behind. Back then it was more of a murky sailors' area, teeming to the very brim with sailors, alcohol, and ladies of the night. It has changed a lot in the years since then, become a popular spot here in Copenhagen where we see a lot of activity, especially throughout the high season. Folks from all over the world visiting, as well as Danes, to enjoy a walk alongside the sunny side of Newfoundland on our left-hand side. The coziest part of the canal, as opposed to the other side. Restaurant down the walk on the cozy side here. If you want, you can always take a walk there after the tour, find a nice meal. Some of them can be a little pricey, now you can walk. They all have very good quality. Now, as we leave the canal behind, if you look to your left, you'll see we have this large black building. This is the Royal Danish Playhouse, which opened in 2008 with the famous words, "To be or not to be," because of course it opened with Shakespeare's Hamlet. And the reason why it opened with Hamlet, well, that's because Hamlet takes place in the Castle of Falls. This is a little bit further north, the extensive order if you want to Shakespeare. The building itself was designed by Leopold Svanberg and Danish architects to give their clever feat system using its precision here at the heart. Whenever the building becomes too warm, they pump in cool water to the building in order to cool it back down. Over on our right-hand side, we have an ongoing construction project in the Pedro Islands to be finished in 2025, an array of new beautiful apartments and condos, so well as this new indoor swimming facility, which is the last thing underway here. The condos are all finished and have all been sold at soaring prices between 5 to 8. So with your very bare hands, you can play music on the side of the opera house. It was designed by Willy Larsen, a Danish architect, and yes, I've been up there myself. I stood there knocking on the side of the building. It's true. It plays music. Just up ahead of us here, you can see we have a green patch of grass. Cannons lined up, old buildings in the back. This is Battery 6, but it's dating back to 1760. Now, Battery 650 is known because one cannon can go structure on its own. They even installed the climbing wall in Europe. Truly is the closest. The Little Mermaid. She's been sat here on the rock since 1913. Was originally a gift from the Carlsberg breweries, and specifically it was the brewer Carl Jacobsen. COVID. She had a mask on every day. And then, yes, as promised on our left hand, you get 30 minutes seaplane. So 10 minutes ago. Also on our right hand side, you see we have this large white building with two windows. We've got the Mouse headquarters. That is one of the largest conservatory lines in the entire world, setting up the Royal Palace of Denmark. If you look very closely there, at the center of the palace yard now, you can see we have an equestrian statue depicting King Frederick V. Now, he was the king behind the palace, so well as the marble church in the far back. And the marble church was a grand undertaking, mainly in that between Christianshavn and Amsterdam. Not accidental. The king was hoping to lure some rich stuff salesmen to this popular harbor. But it was also tax-free, so not too bad. We have a bridge coming up here. Be sure to mind your heads, everybody. If you're tall, it's a good time not to be. The second lowest bridge. Find your heads, please. Yes, 5 crow's nests linked together to create that illusion of an old-fashioned ship. Directly ahead of the moon, we have this large black building, which is the newest part of the Royal Library, dating back to 1999, and it is known as the Black Diamond. As you can see, the building leans 7 degrees towards the water's surface, so when the sun is just right in the morning, it reflects off of the ocean and is cast up on the side, making the building glow and glitter as were it. Directly ahead of the booth here, we have this large green building with blocks written on the side. Blocks is home to the Danish Architecture Centre, and the building is meant to resemble Lego blocks that have been put together spontaneously. It shows the Lego motif specifically, as by their logic, every great Danish architect begins with Lego. We survived off of beer, of course. Even the children got to drink back then. Thankfully, though, the alcohol percentage was a great deal lower, so it wasn't entirely terrible, and that was lucky. That is the Marble Bridge. Now the bridge you have directly ahead of the boat, it's sort of the main spectacle on the tour, is this the Storm Bridge. And the Storm Bridge is the most narrow bridge we're going under, so be sure to keep your arms and your elbows and your fingers inside the boat. Christian's Old Castle. This is where the palace resided in Denmark for the last 600 years, and it continues to reside here today. You see it. Bertel Thorvaldsen was a very well-travelled man who lived in Rome for 40 years of his life. First findings proving Copenhagen existed more than 8,000 years ago, a great deal of time before Bishop Absalon was even born. Mind your heads, we got a bridge here to the Danish Parliament, as well as the Supreme Court and the room of royal affairs. And up at the very top, the tower. Stretching 106 meters into the sky, it's free to visit. Instead, today it's considered the Church of Royalty in Copenhagen. Over on our right-hand side here, we have something that's not quite a sight, but it's a bit of a story. You can see the tents. On the side of the tents, a poster. On that poster, the Stock Exchange of Copenhagen. Behind these walls, you unfortunately find its ruins. If you look to your right, see we have Kayak Bar here. And so I will install, as you can see on our right, the gates, the arches, the windows to please His Majesty. The left-hand side here, if you look between the trees, you can see we have some people bouncing up the street there. And that's because they've laid trampolines directly into the sidewalk, so you can hop your way to work if you so please. The trampolines are freely accessible to the public, as you can see. It's a green building, plug up top. This is the ferry terminal and customs office here. We used to have a lot of ferry traffic in these waters, that is until the year 2000, on the Kissing Bridge, as these two sides do not open upwards, where they slide apart, and then back together, where they meet in the middle for a switch. As we go under the bridge, if you look to your left here, or to your right, you'll be able to see the main spool mechanisms that go inside into the powers at play wherever the bridge slides over, and actually quite easy to see how it works. Black lanes connecting to the spool either side. The Kissing Bridge. And returning to the Nyhavn Canal, where we started our tour. Now it's also known as Mr. Anderson. This was because Mr. Anderson, he was a bit of theatre nut. He wanted more than anything in his life to become an actor. Unfortunately though for Mr. Anderson, he could not sing, he absolutely couldn't dance, and he was horrible at acting. So, got a fairy tale writer instead. A bad trade at the end of the day. And just now we are approaching the first, the last, the lowest bridge in the tour. So one final time everybody, please stay seated and mind your heads. Once again, that is the lowest bridge. Thank you. Now then, here in just a little moment, our tour will arrive at its conclusion. Famous side of Nyhavn here on our right, beautiful though it is. No, it is over on the less famous side of Nyhavn here on our left, and I'm looking at it right now. I'm sure some of you have yet to spot it. Do you see it? I think I heard it here in the front. Right between these two small buildings, we have the smallest, the most narrow house in all of Copenhagen, so squished it's begun to crack up at the very top. Known locally as the Pencil, and all they could fit in there was one family and nothing else, and what a wonderful home they share together. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, our tour is going to arrive at its conclusion. If you have any trash, please leave in the trash cans down the mid-walk. Remember your personal belongings, and do please stay seated until we're fully docked. Otherwise, all that remains to be said is that I've had a wonderful trip with all of you. I hope you've had a good one with me. Have a great day in Copenhagen, and thank you very much.
Mira, hasta carnes venden aquí. Estamos caminando hasta el final. Mira aquí, mira, mira, esto es de España. Mira, estos son los sándwiches, ahí uno puede escoger. Pero primero vamos caminando. Mira, la guía está llevando ahí. Ahora vamos a ver por aquí. La fusión de queso. En la sección vino, mira, claro. Este es como el mercado, la bosquería, eso. Sí. Mira estas paelleras. Dice que son paelleras. Mira, estas son las tan chiquititas, mira. Mira este de aquí. El chicharrón ese. Claro. Sí, bonito, ¿no? ¿Viste?
No.
Mírala. Mira de aquí.
Red wine never feels so fine. All of the time, all of the time. Red wine never feels so fine. I feel me not on the sun, they're rocking me on the red wine never feels so fine. Red wine never feels so fine. Yeah.
Claro, después lo revisamos. Vamos para allá. Mira, sí se ven bonitos.
Parece como naranja.
Sí. Primera vez que me veo que traen una